Should be live now.
Hello everyone, welcome back to this playthrough of Super Robot Wars Z3 Jigoku. I'm Ryu, and this is Zero. So, when last we left off, we had some amusing stuff happen, but also some rather tragic stuff. To begin with, having been dealing with some of the problems that Neo Zeon has created, Z-Blue wound up heading off to the Frontier Fleet to resupply. In doing so, they got permission to use reactive rounds, so all of our Valkyries have now been outfitted with reactive weaponry. And the ones from Frontier have micro-dimension near map attacks. That's good. Also, thanks to some crazy unorthodox training by Commander Fudo, just like always, the Aquarian now has a new map attack, the Cluster Mugen Punch, which looks like a bunch of bananas. Apparently. However, after that, bad things wound up happening Aquarian-wise. The Supreme Commander Voltaire, Izumo, wound up showing himself in his attempts to obtain the strongest rare Igler in order to save Voltaire. This did not go well, and he did wind up being able to take one of the female elements. Mix is no longer with us. It was supposed to be Zessica, but Mix went in Zessica's stead. And now Zessica has been cursed by Mikage, the main villain of Aquarian Evil. So that's great. I'm sure that's not going to be important at all later on. So, in just a moment we will head on to the final chapter of this route split. And a secret I am very happy about. But first, check the D-Trader. Damn it all! How lame can I be? I was depressed this whole time, casting control for everyone, and I wasn't able to do anything here. I'm an idiot. I'm a moron. I'm the worst kind of scum who doesn't know what to do anything other than dig holes. Someone like me isn't good enough for her. Mix, I don't want this to end like this. I still haven't even been able to hug you once. Not even once. Damn it. How pathetic can I be? What the hell am I thinking? Now is the time for nothing more than spitting out your feelings, Master Andy. No one else is here, after all. Those strong feelings of yours, I am certain that someday they shall save Miss Mix. And so, congratulations for Ace Pilots. I'll wait until next time. Today as well, quietly, let us get to selling. As the sad music continues. Anything you wish to purchase here?
What are the two current things? An ISC adapter and...
Spinal ISC and a high power radar.
Spinal ISC might be nice.
You have plenty of money.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright.
That's a useful item.
So, on to next map. The Ghost of Laplace. Still in L5 space. Naylor Gamma Communications Room. So what were the results? Thanks to the data you sent us on the Unicorn, we were able to determine a certain thing. And what would that be? It truly is the key to Laplace's box. Let's see. When the NTD system is activated at designated points, information will continue to be further unlocked. So, we're able to use that to find out where the box is? At any rate, all that's been shown at this point in time is the location of the next coordinates. I'm sending the data to you now. This is... Yes. Let's see. It looks as if it's still good that you're on board that Z-Blue ship. Your next mission is to carry the Unicorn to the designated point and have the NTD system activate. Wait a minute! We're currently being pursued by Neo Zeon! I have you there in order to have something done about that, don't I? But... If our grandfather signed this, it simply handed over the locations and then complied, we wouldn't have had to use such roundabout methods here. I don't know what sort of end goal grandfather Incardius had, but if we lose the box, the Vis Foundation will lose everything. And of course, we can't allow Neo Zeon to steal that away either. I understand. Laplace's box is intertwined with our destiny. Don't forget that, Alberto. Laplace's box. Does it really have the power to be able to overturn the Federation? Rock Island's briefing room. Excuse me. Hey, looks like you're doing well. Terka? And Isaac too? It's been a while, Kira. Shin?
Sadly, we get neither.
Yes. But why are both of you on the Rock Island? Tell me, you're going to be fighting alongside us? Unfortunately not. We're just the messengers here. We were sent off to give you some information. In order to determine the current situation in the plants, Lacus Klein said they belong to rendezvous with us. After all, the way we are right now, both Zach and I aren't exactly well liked with Zeft right now. But it's precisely thanks to that we're able to do things like this. This isn't something to laugh about, Diarca. After all, that just means the plants are getting even more prepared for war. I knew it. Miss Lacus is doing her best. Yes, but it looks like the Klein faction's power and influence are declining rapidly here. And the ones who've been growing even stronger as time continues are the people left behind by Patrick Zala. Patrick Zala? Was it that? Atherin's father? That's right. In addition, back before the Great Dimensional Collapse, he was the leader of the plants during the war against the Federation. I've heard he had plenty of things that were happening. But it looks like the hatred of naturals that was cultivated by Patrick Zal is even now lingering in the plants. Remnants of war, huh? But even so, Captain Bright. I've heard that the Earth right now is being led by some of the phantoms of Logos, aren't they? I guess we're all the same. I can't exactly refute that. Let's see. Things like that do typically happen, don't they? But the thing that's truly worrying is the fact that they've been able to increase their power in such a short time without a charismatic figure like Patrick Zala as the lead. Arthur and Lunamara have been trying to investigate behind the scenes, but they haven't been able to find anything yet. I know their anger and sorrow might not disappear out of nowhere, but even so, they should know if they just wind up getting involved in another war, that's just going to get even worse. Have they forgotten already? It's precisely because people like that tried to drop Junius 7 that the Great Dimensional Collapse occurred. Just like you say, Shin. After all, the birth of these squished together worlds wasn't just a dimensional bombs. There was also the energy from the fall of Junius 7 that was involved in it. After all, the fact that we're all here together like this is just because of a world that was created thanks to countless catastrophes. Come on, Shin, don't look like Kira, don't look like that. At least, I feel that's what Arthur would say if he was here. Diarca? After all, Haven't we been able to overcome situations like this a bunch of times before? We're currently cooperating with Laplace line in order to prevent the plants from heading to war. So you just need to do what you've been doing. Give it everything you've got. Yeah. Thanks, Isaac. Taka. Ah, come on. You don't need to say that. After all, we've got quite a debt to you guys. But even so, it makes me happy to know we're not the only ones fighting out here. Come on. Shouldn't that be obvious? After all, no matter how we may look, we are still your superiors, you know. Captain Bright. Neat. The finer details of the situation in the plants are in the data I've handed over to you. See. But please do know. Oh. See. Oh. This is simply personal opinions, and the entirety of the plants do not share the same will. But please be careful. Thanks for your help. No, after all, well, we're the ones who should be thanking you for protecting the plants from the Vajra and Altarian army. Later, Kira, Shin. Tell everyone in Zeeblue we said hi. You two be careful as well. I haven't fallen far enough for you to have to worry about me. Somehow I feel at ease when I hear you say that. Since after all, Isaka absolutely hated Kira. He had a scar over an eye for a long time because of Kira. But sometime between Seed and Seed Destiny he got it fixed. He got over it. The Largama, hangar. Not sure? It's nothing. There's no way that's the case. What's happened? I'm just a bit tired. That's the case, go rest in your room. After all, we don't know when a launch order will come. Fighting, and fighting some more. Even though this isn't the kind of situation to be doing such a thing. Not sure? Even though we've been fighting against the enemies of all humanity, the plants just watched on as we did it. Even the people who are supposed to be in the Federation alongside us. They're just using us as tools, aren't they? Please, Mr. Camille, tell me. What point is there to doing this? Xeon has their own justice, and the Federation has their own justice. But aren't they just trying to force their ideals onto others? It's just like you say, Bonager. After all, war isn't a clash of justice versus evil. It's a clash of various justices. What point is there to that? But even so, since there are times we think we have to do things, that's why we fight. Don't you have something like that? Is this thanks to what happened back at Palau? Yeah. I know that you end up getting linked to that pilot in the quad wing, right? Is he talking about Marita? What do you want to say? Hey, that I should stop trying to sympathize with our enemies or something? I've got no right to say anything like that. But even so, let me say this. If you wind up going out on the battlefield with half-baked resolve, it'll only wind up hurting both of you. So, Bonager, be sure not to regret anything. If you don't want to fight, feel free to stay down for now. But it looks as if that can't happen. Lieutenant Dagasa? We've come up with a plan in order to lure out the Neo-Zeon pursuit force here. And the unicorn's a key part of it. Chapter 40. The Ghost of Laplace. Those are the ruins of Laplace ahead, aren't they? Huh. The last time I've been this close to it is back on my elementary school field trip. And when exactly was that, Captain? From your point of view, it would be a long time ago. Launch all units. Let's see. So, best quant. I figured you'd want this set up. Well, depending on which one spot the unicorn comes out at.
Yeah, it seems like a mostly reasonable setup.
I think the unicorn might actually come out on the bottom. Because one is at the bottom. But, I don't know.
We'll see.
Nope. So this was the residence of the UCW's first Prime Minister, first Federation head? The first generation head of the Federation, Ricardo Mosanis. The moment that he crowned the birth of the new age, the universal century. The entire 200-kilometer or large orbital ring was completely destroyed in a mysterious explosion. Wait a minute. You said Marsanus, right? Isn't that the same name as Ensign Riddy? Ricardo Marsanus was one of my ancestors. Huh? So, why would someone like, for such a huge, highly important lineage, be a pilot? If you're a man, rather than relying on what you've been given through birth, you want to make your way in the world with your own strength, don't you? That's awesome, Ensign Riddy. Yeah, that's a great phrase. I'll be sure to use it. Haha, thanks, Andy. After all, well, I need to keep on digging my own way through this world. It looks like Andy's gotten a bit better than before. Last night he came over to my room and made a fervent declaration he was going to get Mix back. Came to me as well. Same here. Looks like Andy's already fine. Looks like it'll still take time for Miss Jessica, though. The Universal Century that was supposed to mark a huge step forward for humanity. But its very opening was crowned by blood. And the recent histories just kept continuing that path, Yeah. Thinking about the assassination of Zeon Zum Daikun? Zeon Zum Daikun. The originator of the new type theory. And the founder of the Principality of Zeon. And then his father as well. Are you prepared, Benager? I mean, I have to since I've gone ahead and been forced to launch here. But I am a member of Z-Blue. I'll be sure to carry out my mission. Mission, So it looks like you do understand your position. Have you never felt worried about your orders before, Mr. Dagusa? I'm just a little cog in the enormous machine known as the Federation. All I do is carry out the mission I've been given. I don't have any resolve. The Well, I don't think of people as just enemies or allies. If the Earthen colonies are going to war, the people of the planets were just sitting back and watching. What right does someone like me who has no clue what to do have to carry a weapon here? Someone like me, do I have any right to pilot the unicorn? You were talking about responsibility before, weren't you? At the very least, you have some strength of your own. And you know what you can do with it. That's exactly why you're fighting with Z Blue. I just got swept along to here. At a time like that, just try to focus your thinking down to a far lower level. After all, the fact that you're serving as the test pilot for the unicorn has changed the destiny of all the people around you. Don't forget that. Are you talking about Audrey, Takia, and Mikat? Exactly right. You have a responsibility towards them all here, don't you? Responsibility? Towards everyone? Think of it like this. It's your job to protect them. Audrey. For now, feel free to hesitate. After all, since this plan has been put forward, the rest of us will be sure to protect you. Frontal's targeting the unicorn. As long as we know that that's his goal, well, it'll be easy to come up with countermeasures. Do you have any idea why he's searching for the unicorn? At this point in time, that's still unknown. And Mr. Alberto, the person in charge of the unicorn, says the same thing. But it looks as if he knows a bit more than we do. Ooh. This at least is not certain, though. He doesn't want to expose the unicorn to danger. Huh? After all, Alberto's the one who was able to throw this plan together. The Prime Minister's... the ruins of Laplace. Laplace's box. Full Frontal who's targeting them both. What's going to happen here? What's wrong, Benager? Nothing. Don't worry too much about it. Mr. Dagasa? The fact that you're worried right now is proof that you're still human. Or more, perhaps, proof that you're still sane. After all, even the legendary Murray was like that plenty of times back during the 1-year war. Please don't get involved in my old war stories, Lieutenant Dagaza. I see. Well then, I guess it's a good thing I tried to instill some spirits in Benager there. Put some spirit into him. Do you mean like that? You're so old-fashioned, Dad. After all, well, no one will respond to that nowadays. What are you saying, Hathaway? After all, well, what first-class pilot do you know who hasn't gotten slapped at least once? Right, Amuro? I wonder about that. That's surprising. But to think the legendary General Captain Bright would be such an old-fashioned man. Don't say anything, Clan. This is something that women will never understand. So it's a world for men alone? Sanka, you're sparkling way too much. That girl's completely rotten, isn't she? Well, don't worry about it too much. Thanks, Lieutenant Dagaza. Back in the age when people had first wound up being able to head out to outer space, the astronauts who were able to free themselves from gravity felt the presence of God. God? At least from what I've heard about the astronauts from those olden days, that was the only thing they could think of to describe what they felt. out in the dark and cold depths of space, an existence that human understanding could never realize. Something similar to a god, don't you think? But along with the age, the existence of such a god has changed. Huh? In order to rescue the overburdened Earth, a large-scale space immigration policy had to be put forth. And then, in order to keep the people who had been cast down into space alive, in order to give them hope, they needed organization. And that was the Federation? A cruel and ruthless god that would strike down any who would oppose it. Thinking about it, the destruction of the Prime Minister's residence was the greatest possible thing that could have happened for the Federation, wasn't it? In the name of terror prevention, they were given an unbridled power to do whatever, to restrain whatever they needed to. The way you're saying it makes it sound like you almost think the Federation caused the terrorist act itself. In the world of adults, things like that happen from time to time. But I don't think there's anyone alive still from that point in time who could say for sure. If it is true that that assassination was pulled off by the Federation, that would be a huge scandal, wouldn't it? Is that truth? That truth itself could have the power to overturn the Federation. Is that what Laplace's box is? I wonder about that. It is true that would be a big scandal. But now in this world where plenty of parallel ones have fused together, would it really have that much importance to the Federation as it is now? I guess you're right. That's right. Come to think of it, I suppose that's true. It looks like Neo Zeon's Pursuit Squadron should be showing up soon. So we've just got to hold him off, huh? Hold him back while you get to the designated point. After all, that's the point of this operation. If we're able to stop Full Frontal out of the enemy's forces, our victory will be in sight. Move to position, Benadger. Yes. I'll stay here to watch the battle play out and relay orders to everyone. Benadger, your role is to draw Full Frontal out. Understood. If you feel it's necessary, go ahead and activate the NTD system to bring him out. Don't push yourself too hard though, Benadger. After all, we're the ones who'll be fighting here. All you need to do is think about keeping yourself safe. Shin? Kira? Those two. Looks like after yesterday they were able to cut off all their doubts. Cut off their doubts? Neo Zeon's approaching. All units, prepare to intercept! So Full Frontal is here. In this battle, if that kid's able to activate the NTD system, next coordinates for Laplace's box will be shown. Even if the eternity flat does occur, we can't allow the world to end there. For that sake, we have to obtain the box no matter what. Alright! As long as we take him out as the operation plans for. Another Neo Zeon squadron's approaching from a different direction. They have a different group? So down there. Fun.
Cool.
Shatra and Cubely. Cubely? Is that Haman Karn? I sincerely apologize. To think that I would force Lady Haman to appear herself. Don't worry about it, Frontal. After all, well, the full army is under the command of... under the Supreme Commander. You and I will take out Z-Blue here. However, if we make a mistake, the entire Federation military will wind up coming out here. Things will become difficult. However, even so, they've split their forces. This is an unbridled opportunity. So long as you understand that, then let's get started. Understood. Somehow I can't like that full frontal. That mask he's wearing, what on earth is he hiding behind it? In order to try and stop whatever he's planning, I must destroy that unicorn he's pursuing here and now. Haman's targeting the unicorn too? The enemy forces are split into two groups. We were trying to set a trap here, but it looks like they're the ones who've trapped us, huh? We should retreat here. That's no good, Captain. If we show them any weakness, we'll be surrounded here. I think you'd be the one to say that of all people. After all, I've been fighting with Z Blue this whole time, haven't I? I've got my own resolve. Maybe as Mr. Alberto says. All we can do now is take them out. But if we spend too long here, we won't be able to get out of here. 5 minutes. If we don't see a chance to win within that time, we'll do everything we can and to retreat. There are no changes to the operation. All units, continue to protect the unicorn. Take down any enemies you see. If we're able to defeat the enemy leaders, Haman in full frontal, things will change for the better. Mr. Takusa? Don't worry, Banadger. After all, we're all here to protect you this time. Protect. So, defeat the Kubli or the Snanju. Or reach the 6th turn. Lose if Banadger or Dagusa die. That's our point. Within 5 turns, defeat the Kubli, defeat all enemies other than the Kubli and the Snanju, and then the Kubli or the Snanju.
And for dialogue,
Try and get Banadger to fight both the Kubli and the Snanju.
But only once he's in NTD mode. Which I imagine is... I imagine I can't even control the unicorn currently.
I have no idea.
Element system. Oh no, I can.
You can't. And you didn't stick anyone with him?
No, I forget to stick someone with him.
Oh well, his main weapon is
He's strong
Frontal
enough.
anyway.
Just mop up some units over on this side.
All the Gaza seas.
This will not be my primary
Gaza
strategy.
seas?
It should be. Unless they're Gaza
yes.
Ds.
I was trying to make sure it was C and not D. Because those both do exist.
Once we get other units, this will not be my primary,
Strategy just
Strategy.
blitz everything with K. What are you doing, Banadger? Why haven't you activated the NTT yet? Even if you say that... Is the system recognizing Banadger's hesitance? But that might be better. After all, if the NTT winds up activating here, Banadger will definitely be swallowed up by the system. That brat, he still hasn't been able to deal with this! Biosensor and Psychoframe online.
Just a few bullets.
Just a few.
It's the Snanju or the Kubli, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I still need to take those down.
Yes, the Kshatriya and the Grand Sierras do have to be taken out. At least for the SR point.
There's the... And there's also... This should be that guy.
Yep, there's Gilboa. Hi,
Oh,
Gilboa.
I forgot to activate it. Still got rid of a decent number of people.
Yeah. Trade?
I mean, trade is useful, but...
Yunaha's there.
I was trying to go for Yunaha.
Yeah, not enough. The map attack is not.
Particularly long range.
It's decently long range compared to a good number of them, but not enough.
One.
Not enough will.
Not enough will yet. I think he has to have accelerate, right? Nope.
Suzune might. Yep.
Okay.
I'm very surprised you actually got a kill with that. The weakest attack and the next to weakest attack.
Nope. No, you do not have will up.
No, you still have some guys who can get KOs to buff will.
Not really.
Shin. I find it both very correct and very not that he has, you know, the rifle as his support attack. Feels to me like it should be his blade boomerangs.
But aren't those a hit all?
I don't think these shining edges count. I could be wrong.
Flash
though.
edge.
Yeah. Flash edge is up one over that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's his, not Kerberos, that is the hit all.
No.
Sure you want to leave just K alone over there on the left?
I mean, he can do perfectly fine.
Yeah, but there are multiple boss tiers.
There's only one enemy to worry about over there. At all.
Yeah,
Alright.
that only applies to him.
Signify switch. Somehow that
Gun
worked.
pod.
I'm not sure how that worked.
Because his Gatling gun pod has a longer range. Somehow.
Not enough missiles.
You sure? So, not great, not horrible here. Oh, look. He thinks the Vulcans will do.
Well, looking at that HP, Vulcans should do.
Girazul. I like the Girazuls look more than the Giradogu. Giradoga. Its head looks more like it's wearing a helmet. I want to say it kind of looks World War I era helmet and gas mask.
Maybe?
That's my personal thought on what it kind of looks like. I really do have to wonder, though, what on earth their shields are supposed to do. Because those shoulder shields don't seem particularly good to me. The only way it would be any good at all is if you spend the entire time shoulder forward tackling enemies.
Which shield do you mean?
The shoulder
the
shields.
rectangular one or the oval one?
The shoulder shield. The rectangular one.
Because those are both shoulder shields.
No range. But Gamlen's pretty dodgy. Missile gun. No. A missile gun is more than enough. Why do people keep on fighting wars? It's a good question, little robot.
Because war is the most efficient way to earn money.
Yep,
It's probably the real one.
that is part of it. Lots of people make lots of money off wars. Haman Karn is here as well. I can't afford to let this drag out too long. Frontal trying to rush straight ahead toward the unicorn. Get out of there, Belager! So good. I can't shake him off. Belager Lynx! Fight this on you! If you do that, the anti-cheat will activate! You. Are you saying that he should just get swallowed up by this distant go berserk here? After all, at this rate, he's just waiting to be taken out by the Sinanju. If that's the case, we should bet everything we have on him being able to defeat an anti-game mode, shouldn't we? Don't use it, Belager. I'm trying, but... Still not enough, huh? Mr. Takusa? It's absolutely pathetic, but in the end, all we can do is rely on you. So, Belager, fight! But... that machine isn't one that exists for the sake of its own goals. Nor is it a machine just for slaughtering. So long as you think that. It's precisely because you think that you've been fighting in the unicorn this whole time, isn't it? The thing that's able to turn the machine into power is the heart of the one riding it. Change your fate. See, the one and only thing that keeps you who you are. That's a human's heart. Heart? I'll buy you time. Be sure to use it well. We'll decide what you're going to do. That's impossible, Mr. Takusa! This is my heart here. Even a cog in the machine has its own wishes. I'm betting everything I have on you. What a foolish attempt. And now... I don't intend to choose my means. I am the one they call the Red Comet. Let us go. This is the end. And so... farewell, Lieutenant Takusa. Music just entirely cuts. Mr. Takusa! But no. Mr. Takusa! And then... this is... the glow of Psycho Frame? Is it trying to swallow me as well? Come on! this is. Haman and I have been connected? I said Lieutenant Quattro there as well. Is this the way she sees him? Get out of here, Char! Ah. The unicorn psychoframe linked Camille and Haman? I saw the same thing. Your memory like that. Haman? Char that you know is capable of smiling like that, huh? Do not act so casually, Camille Beaton. How dare you try and intrude in my mind like that? But have you no shame? No, Haman. I'm the same as you, so... Silence. You're just the same as Char. You don't have the right to do something like that. But you won't even apologize for something like that. Haman! You are still a woman, aren't you, Haman Karn? That Charism still lives inside your heart, Full frontal. You! And that is fine, Vonager. With this, I've been able to check the psychomonitors we installed on the unicorn. Thanks to that, I'm one step closer to the box. Do not let Vonager die. Defeat the Kubli or Sinanju.
So I'm slightly saddened by the fact that Dogza doesn't get his moment there. Because Dogza has the second greatest headshot in all of Gundam. Would you not agree?
Yeah, probably. As he pulls off a headshot with bazooka on the Sinanju in mid-flight. And then gets promptly melted for it.
And for anyone who doesn't know why I say that is the second best headshot, that is because Char Aznable will always have the first greatest headshot.
Taking out Silikazabi. Headshot with a bazooka
Through a battleship.
with a cocky salute beforehand. How dare you kill Mr. Takusa? That's what a war is, Spinacher. Both you and I are involved in one right now, are we not? But even so, Mr. Takusa! Good reaction. Pilots who know the value of a life become far stronger. He's got a pretty good gun. Oh look, the eye field is strong enough.
I was defending.
Even so, the eye field was strong enough to completely nullify.
I'm not going crazy. There was absolutely no animation there, right?
What?
For the eye field?
No, it just bounced off. Beyond the time. Now set for the Rock Island. Defeating the Ozeon is Londo Belt's mission. Main cannons. Fire!
Bright Noah may not be the greatest battleship pilot, battleship captain, but you've got to give him props. He did it for a long time. He was 19.
He was a member of the Federation military from 87. It is 87, right? What's the original Gundam?
78. 79.
Right, 78, not 87. Right numbers, wrong way. From 78 to 93, at the very least. No, so from at least 78 to 96. Because he still does captain the Rock Island in Unicorn.
He was not supposed to be the captain. But everyone else was dead.
Yep. As I just think of Seed and how they had a far better way of not having that happen, as theoretically Mulaflaga should have been the captain. He was the highest ranking officer they had. But he's just like, what, me? There's no way in hell you're getting me to captain anything. I need to be out there actually flying and fighting things. Good luck. And to be fair, he was right, as he was the only trained pilot they had who could go out and intercept stuff. Which is kind of important.
And one of their only 2 new types.
You sure there's only 2? But yes, Mu is a new type.
There are 2 confirmed new types.
It's so sad that he doesn't count as one in any Super Robot Wars game, though, isn't it?
I think it's because if you count him, you have to start counting other people, like Kira.
That one they can afford to ignore for balance reasons. Giving Mu new type would make the strike incredibly useful. And I mean, Kira's already got Coordinator and Seed mode.
I think they typically give him a new type-like thing in SD Gundam, at least.
Yeah, in the SD Gundams or something like that, I've heard they do, but not in Super Robot Wars. It would be nice just, to have that little acknowledgement of it, though.
This whole area is a debris field.
Yeah.
Which means movement.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. Look. It says movement of 9. The whole area is a debris field.
That being said, though, it should give you some bonuses, I believe. See? Yeah. It's the Ruins of Laplace. Absolutely everywhere is plus 10%. Hit, defense, and evade.
In exchange for, movement.
That being said, it's probably a smaller map than usual.
Goodbye, Gilboa.
Yep.
Is this the actual point?
Uh,
Or was that the battle after this?
no, it was here. Is that all? I'll leave the rest to you guys! I don't remember if he does have that happen here, though.
I don't think this has the most... what is, in my opinion, the greatest scene of Unicorn.
The problem is that they split this and bottom of the gravity well.
I need to get over to Haman.
Because the events of the bottom of the gravity well episode take place during the next route split, the Merida Island route split. That's where you get the Battle of Torrington base.
That's going to be an interesting route split to see.
Yeah. So the next route split, major route split is Strange.
Finally!
Sarah has hot blood?
Basara has hot blood.
Sarah has hot blood.
The moment after I cast it to try again.
Of course. So yeah, next major route split, Chapter 46. We have 3 options. We have option 1, which is take the route that stay in Japan with most super robots. Give me one moment, actually. Stay in Japan with all super robots. If we go this route, it splits a further 2 ways. Do we want to save Asuka's life and keep Asuka Langley? Or do we want to let Asuka get knocked unconscious into a long coma and get Mari instead? In all honesty, if we're going on the route split, we're probably going to wind up saving Asuka because you just get Mari anyways if you ignore it. Or we can go to Merida Island, which has like 4 or 5 different secrets. You get to keep the Kshatriya. You get a Bjarlant custom on former Same when she shows up. You get Patrick Colosaur, and you can get a Dragu, which I thought was a horrible unit, and it may actually be an okay support unit because it's got energy resupply and a probably okay-ish
Rivicona Cargo.
special attack. Support attack, that's what I mean. I just love the Ground Zero's attack because it's so hilarious. Don't you agree? The fact that they have to have a Girazul pop out there to aim their particle cannon.
You know, that looks like a really dangerous aiming.
Yeah, it looks super dangerous and stupid. To force someone to physically be out there adjusting the position of the cannon. Not going to launch reactive weaponry.
That's what I was doing. This.
Yeah, you decided to assault maneuver, it looked like.
Nah.
Alright.
It defaulted to assault maneuver, because ammo.
Soldiers who do nothing but listen to orders are truly pathetic, aren't they? To someone who's more than willing to go against orders.
Says Kamina. If I'm remembering that correctly.
Quite possibly.
Alright.
Ground Seers are pretty beat up. So you have 3 Girazul sets. Angelo's Girazul. And that's pretty much just the Grand Sierras, the Kshatriya, and yeah, you need to stand back a bit if you want to pull off a Hyper Beam Saber.
No, I was planning on taking this out.
Beam Confuse. The MS in the flash. And the long rifle of the Zeta. I just noticed those were slightly different Girazuls.
Were they?
Yeah, they had the spike shoulders.
Huh.
It's because they had a different group piloting them than just the standard faceless.
I see. Okay.
They were part of Angelo's special squadron.
Let's get rid of Angelo. Because there's no way I'm getting him over anywhere.
Don't you want Amuro off to deal with full frontal?
Yeah, I was just determining which direction was best for him.
Superdimensional Mugen Punch. Reactive weaponry.
On the sad side, due to the fact that the actual Gundam pilots are not the primary people I'm using to hit these characters, less dialogue.
I doubt Angelo would have too much dialogue.
Probably only with the unicorn. Maybe Riddy.
Maybe. After all, no one really cares about Angelo.
No, yeah, no one cares about Angelo. Not even Angelo.
He's far too focused on on his captain. He would very happily give up his life for full frontal if it meant that full frontal's dreams would be achieved. Which is a very strange thing to say, considering that I don't think full frontal has dreams. Or at least claims he doesn't. After all, he is but a vessel for the hopes and dreams of the discarded space noids.
Yeah, it should be fine.
Or something like that. As we get the hope known as taboo, or the taboo known as hope.
Tengoku's second upgrade is just even more ridiculous.
Guy mode? Ray mode?
Ray mode.
Geminian Ray? I will be happy to get Geminian Ray.
Because
I still have not been able to think of something really good to put Taikyoku as. Which is not good because that's a part of his theme. His theme for Geminian Ray is Taikyoku over Razor. It's my victory.
oh, that wasn't even necessary there.
Goodbye, Angelo. How dare you do this to me so many times in front of the captain? What am I doing wrong? Don't worry too much about it, Angelo. That will just wind up destroying you. If you can, attack first.
No.
No, I'm just saying, if you can get the new to attack first, you're going to waste your counter.
I don't care. The new can't get over there. See?
I did not know if it was possible or not.
That was with Excel.
Long range attack. Both of them are set to dodge this funnel barrage from the Kshatriya. Cubely versus Orgus.
Sure, I'm fine with these odds.
I mean, they're okay.
I don't think we've actually seen the Cubely attack yet.
No, because the Cubely hasn't been out. It's got hand beam guns.
Wrist, I
beam
believe.
cannons.
Yeah.
Again, I say the hands really need to flip out of the way more.
Still don't like these odds.
It's a single attack, though. I think it will probably...
Fine. Laplace. So what do you think about full frontal?
Oh, and you got shield defense as well, so... There we go. Yeah, I used to think full frontal wasn't that bad, but after seeing him here in Z3 alongside the actual Char and what the actual Char is thinking about him, I think far less of him.
He's a decent villain.
Yeah. As a villain, sure, he's decent.
As a character, he's not a character. He explicitly states this.
Mm-hmm. That pressure I'm feeling. It looks like I was wrong. Wrong about you.
Just nuke them.
Goodbye, Grunt Class Girazuls. What turn is it, by the way? 3. Okay, yeah. Everything's fine.
I have until turn 5, don't I?
Yes. You have until turn 6. The start of turn 6.
Let's go ahead and map try again.
Buff both of them. Crazy high levels.
Since they had the buff on before.
343 shooting.
Yeah, I think these two will double just about anything.
Yeah. That isn't an endgame boss, of course. they deliberately give some of the endgame bosses super high skill, just so that you can't do that.
Just better off moving.
Not a good enough hit chance.
Well, 70%. Now it's 100%.
Cubely.
It's not that the hit chance was bad, it's that I knew I could make it perfect. Is that flash?
Flash plus.
Alright. I just need you to...
Not die.
And if you hit, that's also nice.
This Gundam turns people's wills into strength, This person... She's got a different type of strength than full frontal. I'll teach you to pay for looking at other people's hearts. Why do you say that? What are you saying? No, what right do you have to say that? You killed Mr. Dagusa! You're just pushing your ideals on other people! Well, how long do you intend to keep this kind of fight going?
The stream is lagging a little bit.
If Haman Karn's here, then... I destroy what I can... Exactly as predicted. Do you really think you could shoulder the strength of that Gundam? Yep. Why not? I was going to say, why not go ahead and cast luck, but...
Battleship versus battleship. Wow, that was...
Well, I mean, he's very low level. It hasn't really been buffed at all. They even did a crit, and thanks to the defense, it only did 600 damage. Not going to maximum break?
No, I'm not going to maximum break. Gotta get him further over here.
For the all-range attack. Come on! Don't die on me here!
I think after I get everyone back, I might wind up pairing Ozma with Amuro.
Yeah, that might be a decent pair.
So it'll have Accelerate. The news hit all attack is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And a map attack.
Yeah.
Plus the massive stat boost.
Sorry, Captain! Leave the excuses for later. For now, we've got to evacuate. Cartridge acquired. Master? Captain! We won't hold anymore! Is this the time to show what you can do with this? Fall back, Zinnerman. I'll take care of the rest. But... be sure to protect Marida's home. Understood. Concierge, retreating. Your Highness? That's how things are, Marida. Be sure to return alive. Understood. Alrighty, you're going to miss, aren't you?
Now, he's got a 1 in 3 chance of hitting.
He
He
I'm
actually
shocked.
did.
I was very much expecting him to miss because he is ready.
As was I. He'll be a lot more useful in the next game. After all, he'll have actually 2 things going for him.
He ought to have a new type and the Banshee.
Yeah. But does he get the Banshee or the Norn?
Pretty sure it's just the Banshee, but I can check. You do get the Banshee Norn. Chapter 45. "45 of 62. Banshee Norn acquired."
Alright. This should take down Marita.
Zaft Red combination.
What?
Just seeing that one of the chapters, the Banshee Norn shows up. The Destiny unlocks Zaft Red combination 2 attack.
Is Luna Maria in the game?
I'd say that she probably shows up just for that. Sincerely apologize, Master.
Well, we've got the stuff in place.
Alright. At the very least, I have to stuff the unicorn here.
Wait, it's normal?
It's Marita! It doesn't work. It doesn't do it for this. It's the UI. It's the other stuff. I'll put an end to this fight here, Benager. We've grown too close. Is that the reason that you're saying there is anything other than fighting? There has to be another way. If people were able to find that, then this war wouldn't have happened. Don't stop thinking about it, Miss Marita. If you throw away your possibility, that's the end of everything. Do you really think words like that will stop things? Miss Marita! Miss Marita? Child? What is this image? Is that Miss Marita? This is far too sad. Kindness alone can't save people. Just how it cannot wash away sins or impurities. But even so... So. Okay, our stream is going to cut out for just a moment here. It will be back momentarily.
Not actually. Oh, I actually need to turn the keyboard on. There will be a looping effect for a moment, but...
Alright. You should be back to normal.
Yeah.
Alright,
Go ahead.
there we go. So.
For
Yeah, I was
safety.
going to say, you should probably defend,
Just
but only because there's full frontal still to come. Cubely's tail funnels. And they aren't exactly tail funnels, but its back skirt is fairly tail-like.
It's like a lobster tail.
Just keep on targeting me. Leave the fin funnels.
Yeah, sure.
Let us put an end to this, Amuro. Do you intend to stay full frontal here, Ape Char here, full frontal? Someday, you shall learn as well the true meaning of my words. Why? Why do I feel Char coming from him? Why do I feel Char coming from him?
Full frontal just doesn't work with Char.
Off he goes. But will he hit the new?
He's got a 1 in 3 chance.
Nope. Amuro is better prepared than that.
And the new Gundam isn't just for show.
Mm-hmm. He's already said that a couple of times.
It's one of those things that you can't
escape.
not say it.
It is, for some reason or another, the most iconic line.
Nope, can't do it.
Just barely not.
So... Hot-blooded, try again.
Maximum break.
I want to see how much damage this is going to deal. It should be absurd.
Should be.
Hot-blooded, try again.
Should have adjusted Ozma.
You're right, I should have.
Still, he did a decent amount of damage. Love Fuel Blast for 18,000. Should be just enough for one more to kill her. You get one more hit, but it does not get the love buff. She's down to 13,000.
And of course, the most obvious thing is to try and do this. I'm going to not have you attack.
Sure?
Yes. For one simple reason.
You just want to let the Vulcans do?
I'm hoping that this doesn't fully kill.
Just accept it already, Haman. You've just been dragged into this. You're only here because Char dragged you into this war. Amuro Ray. You should understand, shouldn't you? This world can change even without war being forced upon it. How foolish. It's precisely because of people like you that the space nodes haven't changed at all. Just leave Char behind, Haman. If you're going to fight, fight me of your own will. I won't allow you to slander me anymore. I shall punish you for this, Amuro Ray.
If this doesn't kill, perfect. If it does kill, eh.
Haman, why do you fight? What is she fighting for here? The acceptance of a man who's already abandoned her once? What is
Yeah,
it?
those Vulcans are gonna kill.
Shockwaves that are surrounding me. Oh, look. That's something I haven't really seen before.
Yeah, I feel that.
Playing too much of my equipment isn't good, but... Yeah, I don't think I've seen the funnel activation bring up their fin funnel barrier.
Just barely.
I see. This was more than expected.
I was kind of hoping to fully whittle it down so I could get the kill with,
Battleship? Ooh. That's good, though. Amuro has soul.
Yeah, that's great. Oh, Nerdy has all skills.
He obtained Fighting Spirit and Direct Hit. Direct Hit. The fact that to think that I would be pushed this far. Stop it already, Haman! We should be able to understand each other, shouldn't we? Silence, fake. So this is it, But I was already able to carry out my goal. Captain! Neozone ships are rapidly approaching this area! This is... the Relula? What? So Char's here? Chih! So rather than taking on the Federation military, he's going to fight us? To all members of Z-Blue, I am the Supreme Commander of Neozion, Char Osnable. I have come here to seek a conference with you. What? I would like to repeat. I am not here to fight against you. I have come here to propose a ceasefire. If you're willing to accept my conference, in 3 days' time, come to point 1737. Commander? What do you intend to do, Char? This is the answer that I have come to as Supreme Commander. If you are dissatisfied, I will hear you later. Very well. Z-Blue, I await your wise decision. Char, what are you planning now? Peace talks with Z-Blue? It doesn't seem like he was talking about the Federation and Neozion in total. Think it's a trap? Since he went ahead and showed himself here, considering his personality, I doubt it. Does that mean all we can do is go? This could become an enormous turning point. We ought to rendezvous with the squadrons back on Earth as well. Is this going to end the war? But Mr. Takasa was... the Laplace program. No, the Laplace program. What on earth is this? These coordinates... Is that... Dakar? Well done, Binocular Lynx. Thanks to you, we were able to throw off the Neozion pursuers. Mr. Alberto, what is Laplace's box? The ruins of the Prime Minister's residence, Laplace. The Laplace program and the Unicorn. What on earth are they? Frontal said that the Unicorn was the key to Laplace's box. Laplace's box? Is that the reason he was chasing the Unicorn? Calm down, Panacher. Mr. Takasa died because of the people fighting over this box. You can't keep quiet about this anymore. What the hell is Laplace's box anyway? Does it really have the power to overthrow the Federation? The power to overthrow the Federation? Is it really that important? I don't know! I don't know anything! Mr. Alberto, since we've come this far, you shouldn't hide anything. After all, well, it's a matter of fact that plenty of people have been involved in a fight over that box here already. Edward and S07 and even Mr. Takasa were killed over this fight. I really don't know anything. The only mission that I was given was to oversee the key to the box, the unicorn! Please trust me! I'm just being used here! Leave it at that for now, Bonacher. It looks as if Mr. Alberto really doesn't know anything about the box. Power to change the world. Laplace's box. What the hell does he mean by key to it? The unicorn's Laplace program was showing Dakar. When the unicorn activates the NDD at preset coordinates, information about the box will be unlocked. And so the ruins of Laplace were one of those coordinates, And then the next one's Dakar? For something as stupid as that! Tandarzo was... Even though he came this far with the nail argama, Mr. Tagusa, You don't need to worry about me. Mr. Tagusa? He was able to survive that explosion? Ha! Don't make light of us, Echoes. Returning alive is the job of the military. After all, I've survived plenty of I've plenty of scripts with death like that. Looks like I've made you worry quite a bit, Bonacher. Since we're able to meet again like this, there's nothing wrong at all. We're able to recover that busted-up quad-wing as well. Well, its pilot's still alive too. Miss Margita's alive? Isn't that good, Bonacher? Yeah. Margita, so you're safe as well. As soon as the pilot regains consciousness, we'll be interrogating her. With this, we might be able to find out how much Neo Zeon knows about Laplace's box. And then, what do you intend to do? Do you think that Neo Zeon's going to be heading down to Dakar immediately since they've got information on the box? I refuse. What's with you? Do you understand your position? The unicorn is something that Cardia's Fist entrusted to me. If that Laplace's box is going to be the key for this war, then I'll just seal away the unicorn. But not sure? Now I think I understand it, Audrey. The reason that you visited the Vist house. And that what I need to do has been decided. I can't do anything about this. I'll be reporting you to Captain Bright for insubordination. Calm down, Mr. Alberto. Right now we need to focus on the talks with Neo Zeon. Well, after all, we are part of the Federation military, technically. Yeah. So even if we've been able to recover our bits of this, there's not much we can do with it. In addition, depending on the outcome of that conference, Laplace's box may become unimportant to the Zeon. Mr. Morel? I understand. This will be our final chance to confirm Char's motives. Char. Don't let me down. Scope Dog. Burglary assault pack available. Thanks to using Spirit Command Hot Blood, Miracle Fragment unlocked. So.
The Miracle Fragment.
Let's see. So, we have now the Burglary Dog.
With the god-killing pistol.
It does attacks. Arm Punch. Heavy Machine Gun. Shoulder Missile Pod, hit all. Dropper's Folding Gun. Not what I was trying to do there. Guess I can't do that from here to see if it has a different name. And Assault Combat. In addition, things we've picked up since Rap Split.
Here's one of them.
Yes. The Eltron Gundam. With Wufei. At above 130 will, he casts Wall every turn. Yes. Vulcans, Dragon's Fang Assist Attack, and Twin Beam Trident.
I don't... Did we have... Yeah, we have both, though.
Yeah. So, in addition, We've picked up the Raphael and Harut Gundams. There's the Gundam Harut. Has GN Sword Rifle, GN Cannon, GN Sword Rifle Slashing Mode, and Trans-Am activation.
That seems okay.
He gets, as an ace bonus, plus 20% evade and plus 1 movement for his team. And then you have Tieria. Casts Analyze on any team he's fought during his phase. At above 130 will. It looks stupid, doesn't it? It's just
I'm
the
gonna
art
have to
for it
see it
looks
actually
really
in
stupid.
movement.
And then, also, it has no post-movement attacks.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Just have like Trans-Am mode?
No.
Wow, that's...
Has GN Beam Rifle, GN Beam Cannon, Trans-Am activation.
Wow, that is
So,
bad.
the other stuff that's happened. The Trider has gotten 20 movement, 20 energy and 1 movement. Trider Bird attack is stronger. The Die Guard has gotten 200 HP, 10 energy, 100 armor, 10 mobility, and the guard attack can now hit air and is longer range. Tetsujin is stronger, Black Ox is stronger.
Do I
The
not
Gurren
have
Lagann
Lambda
has a
Strike
map
yet?
attack. Well, you won't have that seen until you have Lambda Driver activated.
Right.
It's always irritating when mode swaps hide weapons. The
M9D
M9D Falk and Bilfrangen Clouseau.
Belfangon.
Bilfangen Clouseau. Spirit Command, Fighting Spirit only costs 20.
Oh hey, he has all skills.
He's high enough level.
Just see if any of them did.
So Sosuke has a sub-pilot now.
Oh right, Al is actually a...
Yes, and the Lambda Strike is engaged. Yes, Al has Scan, Vigor, Analysis, and Snipe.
That's a reasonable set of things.
Yes, the Arbalest's AI is now powerful enough that it will activate that it is a person in its own right. So that's nice. Also, the Lambda Driver is able to do a powerful attack. Yeah. Yeah, new Scope Dog, new Arm Slave, Lambda Driver stronger, Ultron Gundam, Harut, and Raphael. Buffs to a bunch of super robots. And that's it. And I predict a lot of talk in the next chapter.
Oh yeah.
So, this chapter has something very important.
There's enough talk in the next chapter. I was about to ask you if you actually wanted to go into it.
I mean, I think we
Because
have
it is
time.
going to take...
It's 3:40.
I expect it to take 2 hours.
Alright, so, have we got anyone actively watching us here?
I believe the answer is no.
Yes, it looks like no. Alright, with that being the case, I think we'll go ahead and cut here because...
The next chapter might be obscenely long.
yeah. GN Field is plus 400, will deflect 400 more damage, and you get plus 50 max energy.
So you're really built for support defense.
Yeah. Alright, yeah. We'll go ahead and cut here today. Just because tomorrow's is going to be super long. And that'll give me a better opportunity to get the backed up videos online. Alright, so I hope everyone has been enjoying watching this playthrough. We'll be back tomorrow with the continuation of this. And we have a very important decision, which will influence whether we get a Defy Destiny point or not. With what you've seen, the fact that Char is asking for us to come and have a peace conference here, do you think we can trust him? Lieutenant Quattro's seen us through a lot of stuff, but at the same time, he's the guy who's instigated this whole war. Can we trust Char or not? Anyways, just think about it. And we'll see you next time. Farewell.
See you.